Cancer Society. Madam, I'm done?
No, sir, 5 minutes more. So we would love to listen to you, but sir, time is a restraint, sir.
No, if you want to stop, it's stopped. Because my lectures are such that stand up, speak up, and shut up. That's how it is. They are not structured in such a way that it goes on and on and on and on, and I can't stop somewhere because, I've still got something to say. No, I'm done right now. All that I said is, science is illogical. My friend there, science is an enterprise. Science can change. And if you want to know, my dear friend, there's a beautiful book. Who said that logic? So the first thing is illogical is science. And the book is called The Golem, Golem. Right now. Written by 2 professors of physics in New York, Harry Collins and Trevor Pinch. And this book, if you read, you know what science is. Einstein says E is equal to mc squared, relativity theory and this and that. 16 experiments proved him wrong. Still people said, no, he is right. Experiments may be wrong. And science is fish net hypothesis. You know what it is? You go to the sea with the net, catch the fish, and ichthyologists go to their laboratory and measure the fish, and they came to the first conclusion, all sea fish are more than 2 inches in length. It became a big hypothesis theory, and it was accepted. Madam knows. And then 10 years later, another group of ichthyologists went to the sea with a different net, and they caught the fish with half an inch fish were caught. So they said, no, fish can be half an inch. So the conventional Western science of Newton and Einstein is what you can grasp with your 5 senses. And if you have a different net with a different hole, science becomes different. And that's called fish net hypothesis. And propounded by a great scientist, Nobel laureate, Sir Arthur Stanley Eddington. Was a great friend of Einstein. This is what science is. You go deep into it. I'll give you a book, Logical Science. The new paradigm, which shows how foolish the science we are teaching students in the school is. And this is called The New Paradigm, written by a professor, distinguished professor of chemistry in the A&M University. And he was Einstein's colleague in Princeton. His name is John Bockris, John Bockris, Bockras. Please read this book. It'll take a long time because it's a thick book. Please read that. You know what science is. So is medical science. So I told the Tata Institute people, what are you doing? Cancer cannot be treated. I told them first, I asked them, do you want me to create the gallery or you want me to tell the truth? They said, tell the truth. I thought they'll kill me. No, they gave a standing ovation at the end. I said, look, why don't you have a palliative care unit in Tata Cancer? You tell the patient, this is what's going to happen to you if I treat you by my method. 3-pronged attack. Mutilative surgery, poisoning chemotherapy, and radiotherapy. There's a beautiful book I want each one of you here to read. This is called The Science of Medicine and Its Quiet Art. The Science of Medicine and Its Quiet Art. Written by one of the greatest brains in medicine in Britain, with the Regius Professor of Medicine in Oxford. His name is David Weatherall. David Weatherall. Where he writes one sentence, he's a cancerologist, incidentally. He's a professor of cancer also. He writes, I quote, the way we treat cancer patients today reminds me of the way our ancestors used to brand every disease with red hot iron. Do you know branding? You don't know. In the good old days, branding. He wrote, I continue, our future generation will never forgive us for the sin we have committed for mankind in the name of cancer treatment. Full unquote. The book is The Science of Medicine and Its Quiet Art. So friends, we have to change completely. Our health care is promoting the wellness in a person. Swastha Rakshitam. And our sickness care should not be based on caste system. Modern medical doctor keeping himself on a high pedestal. Ayurvedic doctor, a low pedestal. Homeopathy doctor, no good at all. And naturopathy doesn't exist. Yoga is hocus pocus. One doctor wrote me a letter. You are a fool. He wrote. He was a plastic eye surgeon in a corporate hospital in Bangalore. I like you. I know you. You are my teacher. But you say Ayurveda is science, then you are useless. You have lost your head. Go back and see some mental doctor. But the mental doctor treats the brain. That he doesn't know. All the chemical drugs that you get for mental disease is only goes to the brain, not to the mind. And what happens? The brain is stimulated. So each drug either produces a dementia or it produces suicide, and you end up. You know, German wings, done.
Sorry, sir.
Done. I am done. Thank you very much.
No, sir, please complete, sir.
Sir, please complete what you were communicating, the point, if you want to.
Okay. She has given me some spare time. Because in my watch, I was given 30 minutes by Pandit Saab. In my watch, it is 22 minutes now. My watch must be running very slow. Now I'll finish that. The German wings flight, which the co-pilot took down after sending his pilot into the cockpit, had lot of antidepressant tablets in his pocket. His doctors never informed the company that he is on antidepressants, he should not drive a plane. You should not drive a car with the antidepressants in your pocket, because you suddenly get an idea of homicide or suicide. And a professor of psychiatry in New York wrote a book, Dementia, a drug-induced crime on mankind. Her name is Grace Elizabeth Jackson. What happens to the professor? She is dismissed. This is the world. Science is very logical. The professor who said the truth is dismissed, and professors who keep selling the lies are promoted. This is not science. Let us not go in that direction. Healthcare is different. 12 years ago, nearly 15 years ago, I told our Prime Minister, because he wanted some advice, I told him, build toilets in Gujarat. Give pregnant woman a healthy meal, not the child, because when the child is badly made, outside you feed it both ways also, it doesn't change. Pregnant woman, poor woman, water supply everybody, food, and he started doing it. And that is called healthcare. Healthcare requires civil engineers mainly. And America, if you see the history, after the 30th depression, 66% of healthcare was due to civil engineers. 1.2% was due to hospitals and doctors. And one of the greatest doctors said, if anybody thinks healthcare is in the realm of doctors and hospitals, he is in a fool's paradise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hegde, for such an enlightening talk. I wish we had more time to listen to you. So please, I beg your apologies, sir, for... Thank you, sir. It was really a wonderful talk, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. So now let's move ahead. We are here to understand integration, integrating various systems of medicine. India can actually develop a unique model of adopting this pluralistic approach. And I would love to share with you that WHO, the World Health Organization, has signed a very historic pact called PCA, Project Collaboration Agreement, in May 2016 with the Government of India for cooperation on promoting the quality, safety, and effectiveness of traditional and complementary medicine. So now let us gather more pearls of wisdom through this interaction today. And with immense pleasure, I invite Dr. Narayan Shrikant, another unmatched personality. Dr. Shrikant, Deputy Director General, Central Council for Research in Ayurveda, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. As you can see, there's loads to talk about him, but after his formal training, he went for fellowship in subjects like immunology and molecular biology and advanced international research at UCLA. No wonder he has published 227 research papers and authored 66 books and technical reports. So requesting you, sir, to please throw light on the role of Ayush today.
Sir, respected chairperson, really a legend for all of us to learn what is the health science. Today he has really given us a thought what really health is. After that, we will see how to integrate to make a positive health, how to maintain the health. That is our duty now. The very beginning, I say that the words of Professor Hegde, that he has very clearly told that the disease should not occur. Actually, in olden days, there is no difference between society and the environment and human being. All are integrative. Now, everything is separate. That's why this term integrative medicine has come. If you see the very much definition of health after that, what are told, how to maintain health is, there is a very good saying in Ayurveda that is, tasya nitya prayinjita swastha yenanu vartate, ajatanam vikaranam anutpatti karanchayat. Whatever we follow, the lifestyle, physical, mental, and spiritual interventions, what we follow, it never allows the disease to generate. Vikara anutpatti kara chikitsa. Treatment is not disease treatment. We have to follow such regimen which disease should not arise. That is called vikara anutpatti kara chikitsa. This is what Ayurveda says. And it is evolved. It is like science, that what Indian philosophy says, whatever we generate, it should be reproducible. Then only it should be science. It is based on pramanas, what we call, what is pramanas, which should be through experimentation, observation, it should be reproducible. Then only it will become a shastra, not science. It is called shastra. I will see how it is. The next slide. The presentation, I will very briefly finish within 7 to 8 minutes. What is integrative medicine? What is its role to the Indian context? Why it is required? What is the policy support? What are some successful models we can see? What evidence we have generated so far? What so-called evidence, I can't say it is evidence. And understanding the differences and challenges, these are the few issues. The definition of integrative medicine, what we are thinking, it is very clearly defined in Ayurveda and other Indian sciences, that we have to make a tailor-made health plan for each individual. Each individual in the universe is different. Their requirements are different. Some may be common, but that is, they told, that is the definition of integrative medicine, which is very closer to the Indian health sciences like Ayurveda, yoga, and all, any science of India, homeopathy. The recent definition of integrative medicine, what they told, NACCM, it combines the mainstream medical therapies with complementary alternative. They say the therapies for which there is some high quality scientific evidence is required on safety and effectiveness. This is what Western world says about what integrative medicine. The previous slide is very closer to the Indian sciences, what integrative medicine is. That there are several models of integrations are there. One is monopolistic, which the modern medical doctors say that it is only the medicine which is evidence-based. The tolerant system, what is there? The traditional systems like Ayurveda and other things, and they are together, but they practice it, but not legally, unofficial capacity. Parallel dual system in India. We run all systems parallelly, and sometimes they use it, and but they are separate components. They are not really integrated. The inclusive type of integration, which is in China. The modern and traditional medicine are integrated at the level of medical education and practice. When the patient goes, they will check it whether he is suitable, for which therapy is required for them. They will refer to, if Chinese medicine means Chinese, they wanted conventional system. Whatever strength is available, accordingly they will be referred. It is inclusive type of integration. These are the models to understand. What Ayurveda says is, Ayurveda really says that it should be, whatever good things from all sciences has to be taken. Ekam shastram adhiyano navidyat shastra vichyam. We have to integrate the strengths of all existing systems to maintain the positive health. It is a health science. That's why it says that we have to adopt all good things. How it can be, why it is required. See, if you want or don't want, there is some resurgence towards the holistic systems of medicine like Ayurveda, yoga, and all. In the whole world, there are several surveys are being done. In Canada, it is some 70% they are using. Like that, several statistics are there. In Indian scenario also, a survey conducted recently by NHSRC also says that in whatever way it may be, the people are taking, more than 80% people are using. And the perception of allopathic doctors towards the Ayurveda and other Ayush systems, 70% of survey allopathic doctors, they say they are very good and they're evidence-based. They can be integrated, the survey they told. Then, why the real integration is required? If you see this, many people may not approach the doctor also. If you want cancer, for example, life-threatening diseases, non-life-threatening diseases like arthritis, the people, if they go doctor or not, they can take some, in the whole world scenario, they take some or other Ayurvedic or traditional type of yoga without knowing. But they are taking integrative care, but not recorded. That's why now it is very, very important. Why they take means sometimes they take to improve, sometimes some colleagues say it is better for you, sometimes to improve the overall functioning, sometimes to improve the quality of life. There are several reasons why they go. But it is now existing. But if it is existing, what really we require? Why it is required to be integrated means, it is required to integrate means it should be promoted as a mainstream system, as officially to integrate. It is existing, but we have to make it official and it should be integrated in a formal way. The thoughts of integration is actually very old, as from the Charaka's period, he told it should be integrated. All sciences are integrated. If you see this Vishnu Sahasranam, Yogo Gnanam Tada Sankhya Vidya Silpadi Karmacha Veda Shastrani Vijnanam. All origin is same. The science, knowledge, everything are to be integrated and to be taken forward. See, later, formally, in 2000, the National Population Policy says that Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, these are to be integrated to the mainstream system, particularly in the reproductive child health, where they have a lot of strength. Later policies, National Ayush Policy in 2002, and the National Health Policy also, they told that this system should be prioritized for integration, particularly in chronic and lifestyle disorders. And National Health Policy, now it is very new policy, 2017, has also given emphasis on integration. What we require, why it is required? NRHM, we have set up a good model of integration, but it is only the physical integration we could establish. An Ayurvedic doctor, yoga doctor, sits in a hospital, but the communication is not much established. It is only physical integration. There should be a functional integration. They should talk together, they should refer together, they should, allopathic doctors should understand the concept of the other systems, they should refer for the betterment of the patients or whatever subjects to promote health. What are some models are available? We'll see how it can be. There are several hospitals. Now, Benares Hindu University, there is a good model where Ayurveda, allopathy, everything is together existing. And in Safdarjung Hospital, we have set up a Ayurveda treatment center. In homeopathic treatment in RML we have, and these are the existing. But now we have set up a model of cross-referral systems. We are making the other side to understand the merits of traditional Ayurveda Ayush systems, and they are referring. What benefits we got? I can share only 2 or 3 important benefits. Really, how we could establish the functional integration, how we extend the benefits of Ayurveda and yoga to the other people. This is the I told that this survey says 70% of allopathic doctors viewed Ayurveda is not rudimentary. Ayush is not rudimentary. The mind setup is changing now. People are thinking really. Then this we have to take an advantage of this. See, this is the one study, feasibility of integrating Ayurveda in the allopathic system of medicine in a tertiary healthcare in osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis, there is no therapy. They are burdened with analgesics. We have planned a good, we made some workshops and we educated what Ayurveda regimens, not treatment, Ayurveda approach to manage this. Then we have done this study on 400 osteoarthritis patients, giving the benefit. They referred us, and we have given the lifestyle and other interventions. After the study of 2 years, then we found that analgesic burden was almost reduced. No analysis they could take. The quality of life has improved. This is a good, now people are referring to us. Osteoarthritis, we go for Ayurveda clinic. No analgesics. See, the reproductive and child health care. 2,000 pregnancies. From the day of conception, we have given what Ayurveda says, what food is taken, what is to be taken. what masana masika charya, what monthly regimen. After delivery and after the childbirth also we followed up at primary health, secondary health centers. The complications were greatly prevented, anemia problem solved in the pregnant women, and birth weight also is also improved when compared to the non-Ayurvedic control groups. These are some models. NPCD-CSS, this is another model. Now in 3 states we started in allopathic setups, Ayurveda treatment at 50, around more than 53 centers we have, CHCs in 3 states, Rajasthan and others. And they take diabetes, hypertension and other diseases, cardiovascular, stroke. After taking Ayurveda regimens, not treatment of tablets, regimens, most of them, few people, they stop taking allopathic medicine. We have statistics. Some, the dose is reduced. Some quality of life improved. This is a good model. Working, integration is really working. Cancer, the survival rate after taking Ayurveda along with allopathy increased 65 to 76% survival rate. Add-on benefits. And these are the add-on benefits of the treatment. And Panchakarma, it is also simple, not massage. It is a holistic therapy. It has to be taken. It is also improving. And these are some examples of really integration, how it can be useful. But we have to understand the differences between Ayush type of systems and modern systems. That is very, very, the basic approach of Ayurveda towards diagnosis, treatment is really integrative. The definition 1 of integrative medicine is fit for this. But there is a different change while making the treatment plans. We have to understand the differences and all. Clinical designs, diagnosis, clinical efficacy outcomes, drug interactions. These are a lot of issues. Really, when we practically go into the field, these are fields are coming. We are working and we are getting some leads really to, certainly we can integrate Ayurveda approaches, not the treatment, approaches to prevent the diseases, to make the changes in the life, to make the positive health. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Shrikant, for this very crisp communication with all of us that how and what all work Ayush is doing, which is commendable. And now we proceed towards the yogic sciences. Well, yoga is a time-tested experiential science and a philosophy of righteous living too. Gone are the days where it was thought to be only for the sick and the elderly. It's a need of the youth today because it's actually a science of learning self-empowerment. And nobody better than our fondly known Didi, Dr. Nagaratna from SYMHEALTH, Bangalore, to enlighten us on how yoga can be integrated into health. She is the medical advisor to Arogyadham SYMHEALTH and Dean, Division of Yoga and Life Sciences at the Swami Vivekananda Yoga University. And I take this platform to say she's my first mentor who pushed me very encouragingly into yoga. So thank you so much, Didi, for enriching our journey towards holistic health. Dr. Nagaratna.
नमः श्री अतिराजाय विवेकानंद सूरये सच्चित् सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे. Talking about yoga, can we begin with chanting Om once, all of us together? Take a deep breath. I want to hear one of the young voices to go on as the last voice. Let us see. Take a deep breath. Who was that last voice? Okay, your good name? Let us give her a big hand. Doing yoga? Are you doing yoga? Good. So there are some youngsters who are interested in yoga. What I'm going to do in the next 10 to 12 minutes of my time is to quickly take you through the holistic concept that our Heritage has been trying to impress upon all of us, that it is very much necessary that we as Indians should understand what our ancestors said. That's the reason why Rajiv ji has given this as a topic for Indian sciences. Next one. Oh, sorry, it's under my control. That is the World Health Organization definition. We want to be well at the body, mind, society, social level, and spiritual level. But as a doctor trained in the modern system, if you ask me, please assess my spiritual health, if I am really a very caring doctor, I would say I'll refer you to my guru. I don't know what is spiritual health is all about. What we are doing at our center, which is an integrative center, is first to touch the spiritual center of a human being, whether it's a cancer patient or a back pain patient or a neck pain person who comes to our center, and take them to this journey towards reaching their wellness. And as we know, we are today not in the world of infectious diseases, but we are in the world of lifestyle diseases, where we have to work on all these 4 aspects. And we, as all of us, all you youngsters know what is junk food. Why are we not able to stop eating junk food? It's all because of our mind. Junk food mind, lack of physical activity mind, bad habits mind, and stress mind. So it's all mind-body medicine that we are talking about. So the root cause of a problem is all in the mind, whether it's an infectious diseases or non-infectious diseases. All diseases are sitting on the branches. Therefore, we should understand what is mind, and where do we go to understand all about mind? Do we go to a psychologist? The father of psychology was Freud, who studied only the sick people and started working on mind. And as Dr. Megde beautifully said, he talked all about only LUST and not LOVE, and went on to a lot of problems of the modern psychology. And modern psychology is still, I asked our PhD students, and there was one psychology student in our PhD class, and I asked her, please give me the definition of mind according to psychology. She said, I have to go back because the definition is changing. I'll come back tomorrow in the class. And she gave a long list of memory, intelligence, cognitive abilities of a human being considered as mind. I was happy to hear that at least modern psychology is trying to find a definition of mind. But how can we manage mind? How can we understand mind? Who are the greatest scientists? Our age-old scientists who did all search for science. What was science, as Dr. Rahigde taught us just now? Science is to understand the reality of existence. So they said, if you want to really know what the world is all about, search the mind. And that is where one went on to understand. And what is the problem of all lifestyle diseases? All lifestyle diseases are nothing but mind. So what is it that I'm doing in my mind? We are all getting stressed out. So it is the stress that we have to talk about. And all stresses are nothing but emotions. All emotions are negative emotions. And negative emotions they called as Shadripus of mankind. And behind all these, when I talk to my patients, every one of us, when we write the case history, starting from our first year medical student who comes to our BNYS course or even a BSc course, we teach them to take a case history of every participant in the standard medical language, but everyone has to record this stress history. When we start talking to our participants, what will they say? Oh, I have got this problem, husband problem, child problem, and this problem. I had one participant who told me, Madam, I heard your lecture, it was very interesting. have come for my management of my diabetes, back pain, obesity, and sleeplessness. But I'll go home tomorrow, send my wife. I asked him, what is the matter? He said, you told no, all problem is stress. Stress has to be managed by stress removal, then the disease will go away. It's because of my problem is my wife, because my wife is the one which does not cook right type of food for me. She doesn't accompany for my exercise, and she puts me into bad habits because she's such a dominant woman. I get so angry, irritated and frustrated, I go and smoke it off, and I have enormous stress. So I'll send my wife, you make her all right, then I'll be all right. Then I had to, immediately I had to tell him, probably you missed this slide. What is the definition of stress? Stress is response, not the disease, not the situation. This is the whole of the shift in our understanding. In fact, if we can convince our participants that problem is not outside, but problem is within me, and I am responding in a particular pattern which is working on my nervous system, activating the entire neuro, humoro, endocrino mechanisms, then we tend to shift our healing process from outside to inside. This is the first change in integration, that we shall make our health professionals understand that we as professionals should change our healing process by changing the person and not by changing the situation. So as it happens in present day lifestyle, we end up with a stress imbalance, which is leading to many of these habituated response patterns. And in this program, as I said, the entire shift has to happen to the inside, and the traditional understanding has two major concepts. The concept of human system itself. We are not just chemicals. We are not just a calcium, potassium, hydrogen mass, which they called as only 1/5 of my existence, called the Annamaya Kosha. Behind that is the prana, the life energy. What do we know about prana in medical science? We are treating right and left, millions of people spending so much money. We don't even know what prana is all about, what life energy is all about. And this is what is controlling every cell. Dead cell and a living cell. What is the difference? Life energy. Dead cell also has all the calcium, potassium, hydrogen, as doctor was mentioning. Cancer cell we are only seeing under the microscope, which is a dead cell. Am I seeing something live happening? That is the physiology. And who does that, carries out all those functions? The life energy. We know very little about it. Probably TCH, traditional Chinese health, talks about acupuncture, qi, life energy, much better than what we understand. That's why it has become a very popular science in the West today. Subtler than that is our mind. Mind controls everything. The most powerful, manageable, controllable stuff of my existence is our mind. Mind is the master of everything we know. You have made up your mind to come and sit here and listen to this. It's your mind which is making your body sit and listen to this. So it's all the mind. And what is very important in healing is we push our participants to go beyond mind. That is our Vijnanamaya Kosha, or the knowledge base, and work on that and help them to get established in their Anandamaya Kosha. Quick example, I have large number of patients. We admit 100 patients every week on a Friday. And I give you an example. I had a person with high blood pressure who understood this and said, oh, problem is not outside, problem is my mind, my monkey mind, which pulls me into emotions and creates hypertension. And one day suddenly my therapist came running and asked me, Madam, please check this participant. Every day we are checking his blood pressure. It used to be 180, 100. Today suddenly it has fallen down to 120, 80. You have taught us, if you happen to see something like that, you have to check for ECG, whether he has had an MI, etc. And then I talked to the participant and found everything was fine and asked him, why do you think, sir, your BP came down suddenly? He said, I was understanding in this class that if you sit in your beyond mind state, in your Anandamaya Kosha, you can heal yourself. This morning something very interesting happened. I was sitting in the Om meditation class. As I went on chanting Om, 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 when I opened my eyes, everyone in the hall had left the hall. I said, maybe I had slept off. No, ma'am, I did not sleep. I had become Om. I had merged myself in my blissful awareness. I had lost total awareness of my Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. I had just lost in my blissful awareness. And when I opened my eyes, your doctors are checking my BP and they are saying it must have fallen down because of that. This is the healer within. Where is the healer? Is it in a antihypertensive medication or is it within you? That is the whole of the understanding that Dr. Hedde Buteli trying to do that. So, entire project is working on this holistic approach and helping our participants to move on, to understand disease, understand the whole situation and work on that. What I would like to quickly share is what Raji wanted to tell you, that we have been incorporating this in large number of participants with diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, asthma, with several evidence-based research laboratories set up in our own campus to be able to see that we work on the evidence based in the present day language to establish the validity of our Indian science, where we work on mind-body medicine. And I'm glad to say that we are on the program in which we have published several papers on the effect of yoga in asthma, yoga in hypertension and heart disease, yoga in various diseases, lifestyle diseases, and here we are today we are on a project called Niyantrita Madhumeha Bharata Abhiyana, where the central government has funded us on a program called, in which we have screened 2.5 lakh population in the entire country as a research project, and we are going to teach yoga before the International Day of Yoga, which is the 21st of June. We are going to publish this work in the high impact journals to show the difference between those who did yoga for 3 months in pre-diabetics and diabetics, and it's one of the things which we want to show to the world, that this type of research is feasible in a country like ours, where within 1 year we are able to show the difference of in the HbA1c, fasting blood sugar, lipid profile, etc., in reducing the conversion of pre-diabetics into diabetics and helping the diabetics to control their diabetes. And with this, we hope that all of you will cooperate with us in sending out messages that this should become a health program to change the lifestyle of people as a preventive program and work on that. In this context, Dr. Rajiv wanted to share his experience of doing yoga. Are you here, Dr. Rajiv? No. Okay, Dr. Rajiv did this program in Prashanti, in a symbiosis program, and he could stop his insulin during his stay here. So, welcome to all of you, and our symbiosis has already planned to introduce yoga as a lifestyle program in symbiosis campus, symbiosis all courses. We plan to introduce yoga as a add-on credit program and take on to give you certificate programs if you are interested. And also start postgraduate diploma in yoga programs, and our university is doing this program where we have BSc, MSc, MD, BNYS, Bachelor in Medical Science of Yoga, and we have several PhD programs in which we are working on this. Let me stop here. A lot of presentations are available which may not be taken.